What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to price your Amazon product. Okay, so this comes into play for several things. This comes into play when you're product researching. You need to have several different mindsets on how you're going to price your product, and also when you actually get the product and it goes for sale. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll put in a lot of work at the beginning. They'll spend a month product researching. They'll buy their product, they'll pay their manufacturer, they'll ship it, and it's a great product, and then they wimp out on their price on Amazon, and then their enthusiasm fades and things don't work out for them and they want to quit Amazon after a month. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 different pricing strategies on how to price your product. So the first strategy, when your product is new, to price it a little bit lower or near your break-even price point just to get sales velocity and reviews, okay? So the first thing I would recommend is starting your price off at the average price point. So let's just say your average price point for this particular product is $25, okay? So I would suggest starting your average price point at $25.95, okay? Right now, the $25 price point is the cost that it takes to get free Amazon shipping for non-Amazon Prime members, okay? And I see so many people making the mistake of having their price at $24.99 because they don't know the information, okay? The more you know, the better your chances of success, okay? So $25 is the current price point for free shipping on Amazon if you're not a Prime member. That number changes sometimes. It used to be $35, right now it's $25. You need to know this, okay? So you don't want to price your product at $24.95. So let's just say that's the average price point for this particular product. Start it at $25.95 and let it sell for a week and get some sales and maybe get a review or 2 in, okay? See how things are going. Then strategy number 1 would be lower your price to $19.95, okay? There's no point in lowering $1 to right below $25 because that $1 is not gonna help you and people aren't gonna think it's that much cheaper and people are gonna miss out on their free shipping, okay? So if you're going to lower it, it needs to be significantly lower than $25 in the eyes of people, okay? So $19.95. So let's just say your break-even price was $15 and you had $10 in profit if you were at the $25 mark, okay? By going to $19.99, that shows that you're significantly cheaper, in this case $5. $5 is actually a lot when it comes to your product because if your profit is $10, okay, and you're lowering it by 5, you're cutting your profit margin in half. But this is a short-term strategy, okay? You do not want to keep your price point at half your profit margin long-term, okay? This is something you would do for the first month or 2 to get some sales velocity, to get some ranking, and to even get reviews and all that stuff, to move up in the ranks. I've even seen people price their product at break-even. So in this case, $14.99, okay? So if the average price is $25 and you're at $14.99, you're going to sell a lot of them, okay? But this is not a long-term strategy. You do not want to get to the point where your price is $17 or $18 and your break-even point with all the Amazon fees and the shipping fees and everything is $15 and you're only making $3 per unit. That's not enough. You won't be successful with that product. You won't have enough money to run PPC and advertising. That product will probably fail, okay? So keep that in mind. It's a short-term strategy. So the second strategy is to then move your pricing to the average price point or higher, okay? The higher your price, the more perceived value that people see, okay? So when you're creating your product, try to create a product that looks really nice. It's a very high quality product. You don't want to be selling cheap crap on Amazon. Cheap crap is not going to get you far. You're probably not going to win, okay? Make a very nice design box. Make your product nice. Go and look at the negative reviews of your competitor and If their negative review is it breaks, it's too thin, make your product thicker, okay? Spend that extra 25 cents to make your product thicker, okay? Because you're not going to get those negative reviews and you're going to have a higher perceived value. You're literally going to say in your bullet points, my product is thicker, my product doesn't break, my product is better, okay? The thing is that when people look at price points and you're the cheapest one or one of the cheapest one, what do people think? People think it's a cheap product, okay? That is the opposite of what you want. Not only are you not making much profit, okay, but people think it's crap. They think it's a cheap product. It literally, it's the same word, cheap and crappy product. It's cheap, okay? You don't want to be the cheap product because you're not making enough profit, and it is a known thing in the e-commerce world. Cheap perceived products have higher refund rates, and their customers are not great customers. They're the type of customers that they want a replacement, they want their money back, they're not happy. Why is that? Because before they even get the product, they already have in their mind, they already are thinking, this is a cheap product, okay? You do not want to be known as the cheapest product, okay? There are cheap products out there that are successful, but that is not a great way to start your Amazon business, okay? So when you're priced at the average price point or higher, let's say you made a great product, it looks nicer, it's bundled, it has some accessories, all that stuff makes you a higher perceived value so you can get a higher price point, okay? When you're higher quality, people think you're higher quality, not only will you get less refunds, but you will make more profit, okay? And the third thing that very few people do, only the successful people do, is test your pricing, okay? So you would be surprised how many people are scared to death to raise the price of their product. They do not want to do it. They're like, my product, if I raise my price by $2, it won't sell. It's not even worth it. I'm not even going to, they don't even think about trying, okay? Most of the time, if you raise your product by, say, $2 or $1.99, okay? Well, first of all, that $2, if your profit margin is $10 and you raised it by $2, that's 20% more profit, okay? But $2 in the eyes of a customer, something that goes from $25.95 to $27.95, is really not that big of a difference, okay? It only becomes a bigger of a difference to people when it's at the end of a big number. So if you're $29.99, okay, then, you know, when you jump into the 30s, it's a different value, okay? You know, it does seem higher when you're 31 versus $29.95, believe it or not. There's a big price difference there, okay? But if you're at $25.95 and you go to $27.95 or $26.95, there's virtually no difference to a lot of people, okay? And chances are you will sell around the same amount or the same amount being at $2 higher. And in some cases, you will actually sell more because people will think that your product is a higher quality product. And there are a lot of people out there that go and they search. They don't want to buy the cheapest product. They don't want a crappy product, okay? They know a crappy product's not going to last them long. In a month or two, it's going to break, and then they're going to return it. And a lot of people don't look for the very cheapest products, okay? You want to say, hey, my product is high quality. I got this, this, and this feature. Yes, it's $2 more. You wouldn't pay $2 for a higher quality product. Most people will, okay? But the thing is if you don't test your pricing, you won't know that, okay? If you're at $25 and you don't test, let's just say you're $25 even, okay? And you test the price at $26.95. That's $2 higher, okay? $1.95 higher, $2 higher, but that's 20% more profit for you. But the difference between if you went and asked 10 people and you showed them two prices and one was $25 and one was $26.95, they're probably going to buy it if they like it either way, okay? It's not going to, that $1.95 doesn't make a difference, okay? So test your product pricing, okay? raise your price by a couple dollars and let it run for 3 to 5 days, okay? And keep an eye on your conversion rate, which you can see in your business manager reports, or you can just eyeball it. Like if you're selling 10 a day on a product, I mean, hey, I'm selling 10 a day, but it's not every day. Some days it's 5, some days 15. My average is 10, okay? Change your price up it by a couple dollars and see. If it stays about the same, you just made instant profit, okay? And you're now a higher perceived value, okay? So test your pricing, and it can really go far for you, especially when you're talking about years of selling products, months and months of products that will literally put tens of thousands of dollars more profit in your pocket because you tested the pricing. So if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. Make sure you joined our Facebook group. If you haven't, we talk about this stuff every day and you can ask us questions. And I'm going to put a couple more videos over here that you should watch if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.